Hello and welcome back to John's Comics with Kids, and I'm doing another one of the Bearded and Cole's comic book cover challenges. For those that are unfamiliar, Bearded Comic Bro and Cole's Comic Claims have teamed up to do these monthly awesome kind of comic book challenges where you go through your collection and pull out comic book covers that you own and highlight a specific topic that they've picked for the month. If you want to hear about today's topic, stick around and watch this video. The links for Cole and Bearded are down below because they do this almost every month, and it's a whole lot of fun. This month's theme involves comic book covers that were the best from 2022. This was challenging for me for several reasons. Number one, a lot of great covers. Number two, the bigger challenge I found was publication date versus the date on the comic. Oftentimes in comic books, books will come out and be published before the date on the comic. So if you look to the inside to check, hey, is this book come out in 2022? It might say something different than the day it popped onto your shelves. So there's a little bit of gray area there, and I tried not to break any rules, but I think I did pretty well in picking my top 10. So let's see what I picked. First up, I want to highlight a comic book that I don't read, but had such a great homage variant cover that I had to go online and order a copy of She-Hulk issue number 1. This wonderful homage cover that's a throwback to that Wolverine and Hulk cover. I just absolutely had to own this. This came out in 2022 at the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. But what a great throwback to the Mr. Fix-It and Patch cover from long ago. This time we get She-Hulk and Laura Kinney in their kind of fancy ball gowns looking all badass. This was an instant purchase for me when I heard about this cover. Had to get it. Next up, I know my guy Mark from Legion of Comics is going to be very happy that I made a little John Jang love going on here on the list. This is Superman Son of Kal-El, and one just that really captures for me several great things. Of course, the excitement, the energy, the speed of Superman and his son, but also the relationship between the two and the joy they have for humanity and what they do as superheroes. I absolutely love this color. It's all the color work here. It's also very dynamic, very energetic. So absolutely had to include one of the many great covers John Jang has done on this run. One of the indie comics that I think has had the most consistent run of really quality covers has been Philadelphia. And a lot of the variants from this year really did a great job in capturing sort of the gothic historia elements of United States and, of course, these characters in and around Philadelphia's history. My favorite, though, it comes from Nina Ha's Nightmare blog, and this awesome cover here with the dice rolling, the king of the spiders and history and time. I really do enjoy the work being done on these variants, this Saturday Evening Post style variants. So this is issue number 3. Absolutely love it. So fantastic. Great color, great light, and yeah, the dice flying right at us. I love all about it. Another Marvel book that's had some really strong covers is The Punisher by Jason Aaron. And this is a second print cover involving Punisher bleeding out and his bulletproof vest riddled with throwing stars. Absolutely loved this cover. I went back and I've been starting to read this run retroactively and kind of catch issues where I can. So I ended up with a lot of second prints and third prints, but really just a very dynamic and exciting series, as you would expect from a Punisher book. A series that I really loved this year was Cliff Chiang's Catwoman Lonely City. And the covers were all really solid, weren't spectacular until I saw this almost gray cover for issue number 3, I believe. Yeah. And really just nailed this fun version of Poison Ivy, one of my favorite characters. I love that it's light on color. You don't get a lot of Poison Ivy covers that aren't just slathered with green. This little bit of pink, I just dig everything about this cover. I think this is the cover B, and it just works for me. It captures his vision for who Poison Ivy is. I've mentioned many times my love for Strange Academy. And of course, they've had lots of great variants this year, lots of great cover A's, and I think they really do a great job of capturing the mood and look of that school and the feelings of being a kid and all that kind of stuff. They've even done some really great playing card or collecting card variants. And one of my favorites of the year has to be the one they did for Zoe. This is issue number 3, and it's right on the cusp of the end of the year, so I don't know where this one technically falls publication-wise, but it just is too freaking good. Look at the creepiness, the little glowing eyes in the background, her split face, that hand gesture pointing down, the other one lit up. It's just too cool. I love these variants. I've been buying all of them when they come out, so just stunning work. I cheated a ton on my top 3 by giving you a whole smattering of great ones within a certain category, but then just picking the one that I would like most of all. I'm down to my top 4, so this next category is X-related books, and there were a lot of great ones. I'm a huge fan. This is, for me, the year of David Nakayama, and he had some great covers. This is one of his Immortal X-Men online exclusive variants, if I'm not mistaken. Had to get this Storm cover. Amazing. But there's been some really great Marx Brooks covers. They've done a really great job of Immortal X-Men capturing kind of some of the great characters, capturing some of the great poses, the great art styles. So I've even been getting some of the great X-Men Red variants for Storm. I'm snagging some of those. Art Adams doing some really great covers this year. And even a few great Peach Momoko variants. But for me, it comes down to these two. I'm going to go with Legion of X issue 7. So this cover right on the cusp as well. I'm willing to throw it into 2022 and just call it a wrap. This is issue 7. This is Banshee merging with the Spirit of Vengeance. And this is not they're just doing Ghost Rider covers. No, this is a legit story. This is what's happening right now with Sean Cassidy. Really great stuff. I think that they've done a wonderful mix of his story right now, what he's dealing with, combined with the Ghost Rider and the Spirit of Vengeance. This cover just nails it for me. I love the purples and the pinks and the blues, but then the face and the scream, I love all of it. He's even added this, instead of the stare that Ghost Rider does, now there's a scream, the wail of the Spirit of Vengeance. Really great use of character here. And I love everything about it. The second X-Men cover I picked is an Art Adams variant, and he has done just a great job with this Storm from the 80s, the mohawk and the leather jacket and the necklace and the armbands and the gloves. I mean, everything. It's all, you got it. Take my money, Art Adams. He's been doing a ton of great covers this year. I showed you one earlier, another Storm one he did, but this was the winner. This is X-Men, Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals, part of the Axe Judgment Day storyline, and just nailed it. Come on. Beautiful. So that leaves you with my final 2, and they're both from DC, because I think DC's just been killing the variant game this year, and I'm going to cheat again, which is that I've got a giant stack of great Bruno Redondo covers from Nightwing. This is the bigger cheat, because technically this is issue 87, which I guess came out last year. But these are the variants that I purchased, the ratio variants that connect as part of the storyline here in issue 87 that goes across the entire pages of the issue on the inside. One giant comic book page. I absolutely loved this issue. I thought it was iconic. A just really original, different take. But I guess qualifying, it probably lands in December of 2021. So I can't pick it as my one and only pick. But come on. The covers that Redondo has been doing for this run are pretty much all bangers. They're just fantastic. There's so many great covers going through this run. It's hard to just pick the one. But if I had to, I'll go with this one. The negative space of it all, the fact that we're looking through Barbara and Dick Grayson here and looking and seeing instead the city of Bloodhaven. That's pretty darn cool. The simple use of color really just nails it and tops it all off. This is issue 97. So there you go. Technically, this would have to be the pick, I guess. And lastly, no surprise if you're following my Instagram or my shows here on YouTube, it's Poison Ivy. And I've got so many great covers. I guess this is technically 2023. But Jenny Frison doing amazing covers on these. I mean, come on. Absolutely stunning. The variants. So many great variant artists coming through to add their touch on what I am calling one of my favorite DC series of last year. And that's a high bar. So many covers that I absolutely thought were fantastic. It's been a rare series. Well, I'll buy more than one cover each time around. So many great ones, but I said it was the year of David Nakayama, so it shouldn't be surprising that, yeah, I picked this. I don't buy variants very often from online exclusive retailers. I just don't do it. Maybe 3 or 4 in a year. And I've never bought one pre-slabbed in a 9.8. This was the one. It had to go with her first appearance. I love everything about it. I've talked about this on Alex's channel, White Whale Comics, when we did our end of 2022 review show. This is the cover of the year for me. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. It nails the homage, updates it beautifully, captures the essence of the character in the story. I love everything about it. So yeah, cover of the year for me. Well, that's it. That's my 10-ish books from 2022-ish. If you don't know Cole or you don't know Greg from Bearded Comic Bro, the links for their channels are down below. And there's a playlist on Cole's channel where you can look at all the videos people are making with their favorite covers from 2022. These guys are amazing. Cole is right near 800. Bearded's getting up there on 1,000. So if you can subscribe and support those guys, you're supporting quality comic book YouTubers who aren't going to be forcing you to do any speculating or anything like that. They just want to share a love for comic books. And if that's you, that's something you might want to look into. Thanks so much, guys, for doing this, and I hope to see you again next month with another cover challenge.